Ah. Good afternoon and welcome to Solent Sports News. I'm Dan Williamson and I'm here with your latest sports news and headlines at 3:30. England are set to take on Australia this evening at a sold-out Wembley Stadium. Prior to kick-off, both sides will take part in a moment of silence for the victims of the Israel-Palestine conflict. England come into the friendly on a 6-game win streak and are hoping to keep the run alive against the rivals from down under, with the Three Lions' last loss coming at the hands of France in the 2022 World Cup. However, Southgate is looking forward to the challenge.
Firstly, it's one of the great sporting rivalries, and if Australia have any sniff that we're not taking the game seriously, then we'll be in trouble. So our mindset has got to be spot on.
Scotland still need 1 point to qualify for the 2024 Euros in Germany. The Tartan Army suffered their first loss of the qualifiers so far in a 2-0 loss to Spain. Scotland's captain, Andy Robertson, had to leave the field after picking up an injury in the first half, and then a Scott McTominay free kick was disallowed by VAR. Manager Steve Clarke was still pleased with his side's performance despite the loss.
Team played very well. Obviously disappointing to lose, always disappointing to lose. We came here determined to qualify. It hasn't happened tonight, but I think there was a lot to be pleased with in the performance.
Newcastle's Sandro Tonali and Aston Villa's Nicolo Zaniolo have been withdrawn from Italy's squad following an investigation. The Premier League duo will return to Britain after being told they are involved in an investigation that relates to an illegal betting probe. This follows a day after the Italian Football Federation prosecutors announced an investigation into Juventus midfielder Nicolo Fagioli, who allegedly used a variety of identities to place bets on illegal websites. Now to the Majeski Stadium, where Finn Ireland discusses the potential takeover for the League One side Reading.
The Majeski Stadium, home to Reading Football Club, a 24,000-seater stadium fit for the top flight of English football, currently hosting League One sides. The Royals are seeking new ownership in order to invest in the squad so the fans can see their club EIO up the Football League under former Saints boss Ruben Sellers to take them back to where they belong. An English businessman, William Storey, is rumoured to have agreed a £50 million sale of Reading, promising to clear debt and invest in the playing staff. We managed to get hold of a member of the 1871 Reading fan club, and this is what he had to say regarding the latest headline.
Story coming in would possibly be worse than having Dye in at this current time. Yes, we're trying to get new owners in at Reading, but Story is not that guy to do it. He has had past history with Haas that didn't go well in F1, but luckily for us, he wouldn't pass the EFL's fit and purpose test. Which is a good sign, so he wouldn't. Even though this morning it came out that he put a £50 million bid in for Reading, the club have said that that hasn't gone through and that it's still up for sale, the club. And it's good to see that a lot more US parties are trying to invest in Reading and buy the club.
And when you couldn't think it could get any worse, Reading currently sit 22nd in League One. Things aren't going well for them on the pitch or off the pitch. Nothing is confirmed as of yet, but hopefully for the love of the game, we can see a football club saved and propelled back to the promised land.
We now go to Baxter Wilston, who has some breaking news at the Imperial Home Stadium in Sholing.
Hi, thank you. Well, welcome back to Sholing. I'm still here, and we've still got more news to tell you. So, just to start things off, I mentioned earlier that David Diper has left. his managerial position at Sholing, but he has not left the club indefinitely. He's only stepped down to head of football operations. He said in his closing statement that he would still be working closely with the new manager, who is Paul Doswell. Now, Paul Doswell has been around the English football leagues for a number of years. He took Sutton and Eastleigh from the Wessex League up all the way up till the Vanarama National League. David Diper is still in charge until the 21st or next Saturday, and then after that, Paul Doswell will take over. Sholing still will play Tottenham on the 14th this Tuesday coming, and obviously Paul Doswell will not be in charge at that point. But they do sit. Tottenham sit in ninth with 2 games in hand and 3 points ahead. So it'll be interesting to see how that game goes.
This weekend, the Rugby World Cup reaches the knockout stages as the quarter-finals begin. France will take on the reigning champions, South Africa. France will have high hopes as Antoine Dupont will start after recovering from a fractured cheekbone. Wales are aiming to reach their 3rd Rugby World Cup semi-final as they meet Argentina tomorrow. Ireland have never got to a World Cup semi-final, and to reach their first, they have to take on New Zealand. Despite it being his last World Cup, Ireland captain Johnny Sexton has put the team ahead of his own personal glory.
Again, I haven't thought once about personally what the game means. It's all about the team and progressing in the competition. That's all we're thinking about. It's not about anything personal. You know, I've had some great battles against New Zealand over the years with Ireland and the Lions, and what you learn is every game is as tough as the last, no matter what the result. And that's what we're preparing for the toughest game we've ever faced, and we're trying to put ourselves in a frame of mind that we're going to be ready for it.
Now I am joined by our rugby correspondent, Luke Newman. Luke, what do you think of the England rugby lineup for this weekend?
Well, Dan, obviously England take on Fiji this weekend in the quarterfinals in Marseille. It's a crucial match for both sides. Both want to get back into a World Cup semi-final. Borthwick has named his England squad, and he's rolled the dice massively when it comes to this. Owen Farrell remains starting. He's no longer at centre. He's come in to fly half to replace George Ford, who was arguably a saviour for England in the pool stage. Another crucial move that he's made, Marcus Smith will start at fullback instead of Freddie Stewart, who's been a staple name in the England squad for the last 2 years now at the fullback position. Most likely gone with this decision because Fiji's lack of kicking. So Marcus Smith, a shorter build than Stewart, so gets more involved with ball in hand rather than taking kicks from the air. Another big call that he's made, Joe Marchant, Winchester-born player, will stay in the lineup, moved in from the winger to the centre. Another big miss out on the wing is Henry Arundel, who scored 5 tries against Chile, one of the great young prospects for England, but there's been rumours he's been involved in some off-field bust-ups, let's say, with the England squad, and there's rumours Borthwick's dropped him because of the way he's acted in training. But as I said before, it's a crucial side for both teams for this World Cup.
Thank you, Luke. Former England captain Sir Alistair Cook has retired from cricket. Cook, who retired from the international cricket back in 2018, has spoken on the admiration he's received since he stepped away from England. He said, "Although my career came to an end in 2018, I remain blown away by the amount of affection I received from England supporters." Cook retired with 33 Test centuries and 12,472 Test runs. Both are still an England record. That's all from me today. Thank you all for joining me. We will see you again next week.